Yeah, I was so excited about today, like, "Oh, volume's gonna come in because we had some red folder news, today, which we haven't had in a while, here, so I'll just show you guys that. Um, yeah, I'm recording, everything cool. So, yeah, we had, this PCE today, and then also we had, this, which doesn't mean that much. This is the one that means a lot, and there was like, it did move, right? 8:30. You can see it came down a bit, but it didn't even take out the range of the 15-minute chart. So that's the 15-minute chart. So you can see here, this is the range, right? It didn't break it. So it didn't grab liquidity on that move, which is not that great for trading. Okay. So sadly, I think this is my opinion on it, is everyone's just waiting for the Nvidia earnings to come out, right? That's the big thing that's gonna move the market. That's I don't know exactly what time it is. I guess we could look into it, but, it's after our trading session. I think it's at night or something like that. I'm sure if we go ask AI, it would know what time that is roughly around. Which means that likely London session's going to be freaking awesome. Maybe even part of Tokyo, depending on when that time is. But today, I think today's going to be better than it has been. But yeah, I was expecting the volume to come in and then our session, like, this is what I was expecting, right? Was for price to take out either, a low or a high on a higher time scale, and then it actually trend, and then we just jump in the trend and catch trades there, but, it didn't. So during our session today, guys, it's probably gonna try and take out this or this, is what we have to look for there, okay? So, we're all set up here. We do have, I think, 2 new VIP members. So I always say this when we have new members is you need to go to the classroom. Make sure you go through the course. It doesn't take that long. It's like an hour a day for 5 days or whatever. The model's really simple, but for the VIP lives, these are the models we use. We don't really use this model here. Well, we have been lately because the liquidity is so low in the market, but we normally use these models here, which teaches you how to set it up. Okay. So I don't set it up live uh in the call just because, you know, people probably don't want to see me do that every single day. But yeah, make sure you get to the classroom and then go through this stuff. Okay. So we've got to wait a couple minutes. Liquidity is coming in from the open here. And obviously you can see it's taking this out. So it's probably aiming for this down here or some fair value gap through there. We're on the 15-minute chart. So yeah, probably we're going to come down to maybe around this area or down here, and then that'll be the bottom for our range. And then we would actually get in some trades there. So let's wait around here and see. The smart thing to do today, I don't think we have to drop our lot size like we have been lately. But yeah, you might want to drop your lot size a bit today too, because I think we're going to go sideways again, sadly, which sucks to say that, guys. But I can't do anything about the market. We have to just take it how it is. Ba-ba-da-ba-doo. Oh, Matt, yeah, you're a new member. I saw you come in, I think last night, right? Yeah. So I don't know if you heard me say this, but you got to go through the course here and then go through these two models, strategy A and strategy B. That's what we use for the VIP lives. It's not the same model as I teach in the course. This model here is for trading time of like low liquidity, like if you're trading Tokyo session or after, a market open type thing, because most people aren't going to trade a market open, right? Okay, so let's wait around. Let's see where price stops. And it's our time right now. Yeah, it looks like it stopped right here. So we can put a line right there. And then we can okay, there's my starting balance, 50,434. Okay. So I'm just gonna log out of this account here and log into my computer on it. And yeah, just this week, guys, has been really rough with the trading. It's it's pretty crazy what's going on. So, just keep in mind that this could be a liquidity sweep here, and then we could actually reverse. or it could give us a nice trade, right? So I'm going to drop my lot size for this first trade. In all honesty, guys, I've been making money after our session. Like yesterday, I actually had a loss, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to trade after the session because that's when the moves are happening with this crazy market. Um, and then as you can see there, I show my balance at the start of every video. That's when if I have a loss, I just make it back after the session, which really, really sucks. But I always leave you guys with the plan, what I'm going to do, so you can take the same trade as me after the session. But yeah, the moves, guys, it's been happening after our session, which, is not that great, but it is what it is. And as I was saying before, there's nothing I can do about the market. It's going to do what it wants to do, right? Okay. So US 30, obviously, this is its level of support. And let's see where it came down to. Yeah. So around this, when we're on the 15-minute chart, I said it'd probably come down to around here somewhere. So, it came down there a bit, not as far down as I thought it would go. It's going back up. It's probably going to have a problem right here around this area. Okay. So maybe that's where we want to watch price. If it makes it back up to here, we could actually take a short down there. And that's what I was kind of talking about, was that we kind of lately haven't been trading the model, which I teach in the VIP classroom there, right? We're kind of just trading based upon like where, price is going to go, where the liquidity is basically. Okay. So strong support here. Our VIP model is if we get a body open below this red line, we take a short. Lately, it's been just giving us liquidity sweeps if we take that trade. So we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, guys, let's just cross our fingers that trading is better than it's been the last, well, 2 days, right? Since the start of this week, it's been pretty nasty. It opens up and then it just goes sideways and then makes a little move up or down and then goes sideways. So, yeah, we get stuck in trades a lot. And you guys know with my model, if it goes sideways, I just get out because I don't want to stay in a sideways market. But yeah, we'll do the same thing we've been doing the last 2 days. And we'll talk about trading after the session, like what you can do. Cause that's where I've been, making the profits is after the session. So waiting around here, this guy, we have to wait 15 minutes for this model. Believe it or not, the liquidity comes in within 2 minutes of this is US 30, comes in within 2 minutes. The NASDAQ liquidity comes in within 15 minutes. And same with S&P 500, but I don't trade S&P 500 because it's the same chart as the NASDAQ basically, right? They move the same. And then also, you'll notice this, that we can't actually trade on these charts, US 30 and the NASDAQ. I just like to chart on them because there's more volume on the chart. Okay. So we actually trade with firms, with prop firms. We trade on MNQ, okay, which is a micro contract. And then we trade on MYM, which is a micro contract. Okay. So I chart on these US 30 and the NASDAQ chart just because with price action trading, you can read the wicks better because there's more volume. Sometimes you'll be watching these charts, like, say, for instance, this is the micro NASDAQ chart, and you'll get a really big wick when on the NAS 100 chart, there won't be a wick, right? So here we are, we're at this level, which we were thinking about looking at, and we want to see what happens here. Does it go up to the VWAP and then come back down, or does it come back down from here? So this is kind of a level of support is around this area. Okay, so it's kind of broken above our line, so we can get rid of that line. And the blue line's the VWAP. So this is what we want to look for here and wait and see. And see what it does. Okay. If we get a body open above this line here, this green line, which is our 930 open, right? It could take this out. So let's find a target for this way up there. Okay. So this would be a nice trade above the VWAP. And that's what I'd want to see. Okay. So let's see if we get this trade. Okay. So this is my trade setup. body open above the green line, and then to this line here, which I found a fair value gap. This is all in the course. Fair value gap is right here. Okay, so that could be where price goes if we get a body open above this green line. So that's the trade setup. So waiting around for it, and then it could do a liquidity sweep of this. So we have to keep that in mind as well. And we'll just wait and see what happens here. If you want, you could get an early entry with a break of the line. Also, it could stop at this Tokyo high. So this green box is Tokyo zone. Okay, so I'm going to actually take this, guys. I'm going to buy into the market when we get our, a proper entry, right? So let's wait and see what happens. Okay. Also, it could just come back down. Like that's what it's been doing to us lately. As I talked about back here, this could be a liquidity sweep. You can see this wick is higher than these, right? Okay, so there's our second sign that it's going to go up. Okay, so I like that. I'm going to actually get in here with an early entry with a really small lot size. So I'm in my position now, understanding that it could turn on me when it hits this green line or like it is right now and come back down. But I'm going to take that risk, guys, and get in there. Okay. This is my overall where I want price to go is around here. And we'll see what it does. Okay, my why I did get an early entry on here was because I was thinking, okay, it took this out, and then this second wick is higher than this one. Okay, so I know it's going to probably go for this green line. I'm going to sell at the green line. I'm going to get out of my trade at the green line, and then if we get a body open above the green line, it'll likely go to here. And it's really trying. So I'm going to set a sell order right here for that little trade. And if you're new, I recommend you go through the course before you start trading. As you can see here, it's like, there's like the volume sucks, right? And we'll see. If it starts to turn down, I'll just take the loss in this trade and get out. But we could, like lately, what it's been doing is it does this and then just goes sideways here. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so this is not good. If I get a body open below this blue line, the VWAP, I'm going to get out of the trade. And this is what it's been doing to us lately, guys. It's just not giving us trades. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Right? There's probably fair value gaps down here. Let's see if it holds though. Yeah, there's one way down there. There's one right here. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, it's at the VWAP on the MYM chart. And am I going to take a loss on this thing? Got to wait and see. No, it's still holding. Okay, if we get a body open above the green line, like 100%, it's going to go to here. And then if it goes to here, it could go all the way up to here. So that's what I'm thinking. But lately, this is what the market does liquidity sweep and then just goes sideways on us and goes sideways and then could go up or go sideways and then could go down. I don't want to get stuck in this sideways market, right? Yeah, sorry, it sounds like I'm complaining, guys, but like it's just bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Hopefully it breaks this. I just want to go sideways action. And if you got in the trade and you don't like it, I would just get out and take the little small loss, right? But it is finding support. We're not getting a body open below this VWAP. Also, keep in mind it could wick way down here and then take off. Okay, this is good. That's really good. The wicks are, starting to break this. There you go. Boom. Okay, so that took my profit. And now I'm at here. I'll show you my balance right now, guys. Okay, so our next trade. Yeah, this is trading for you. Freaking nerve wracking when the market's like this. 50,488. So I forget where I started at. It was like 50,003 50 or something like that. Anyways, that was like 100 something on that guy. I want to see a body open above the green line, and then this is our target, is way up here. Okay. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. Once again, if you want, drop your lot size, right? Okay. We all know what the market's like. It's not that great. NASDAQ is going for it. We got one more minute to wait, and then that's our range. So this is definitely the bottom of the range for the NASDAQ. It didn't take this out. So it's going to take this out, which it just did, kind of. Didn't go above. If you watch the start of the recording, I talked about this. It's either going to take this out or this out with that open range. Okay. So this is not giving us the next trade. So let's just hold off that. And we got one more minute for this NASDAQ 15-minute range. And then I think, has it taken this out yet? Almost. It's like the same level, right? The NASDAQ could turn back down if it takes this out, right? It might turn back down and actually go for that. We'll wait and see. Okay. Also, I'll say this, guys. I think I already said this, but if you're just coming in and you're new, because I think we had 2 people join yesterday, the VIP. Um, I'd highly recommend, if you've never traded before, like, I know it's easy to figure out how to click a buy and a sell button, but just please go through the course, because I might say something and then, you might be like, what the heck's that mean? Kind of thing. Everything's in the course, right? And you can get through there on a weekend if you want. Like, you can, rip through it, give yourself 2 hours a day and you'll get through it. It's pretty simple. The way I teach is like really, really basic, easy. Okay. So there we go there. I really don't like this trade if it gives us a long, but it is what it is, right? That's our model. It's going to go for something up here. So let's drop down to the minute chart. We'll go back in time. We'll go to the standard candle. Okay. In the course, I teach you trade on Hintaki Ashi candles. I know I'm saying it wrong. Anyways, we'll find the target for this guy. Okay. So if it gives us a trade, sadly, this is our target. It is right about here. Okay. It might go for all this though, but that's a quick little trade there if it gives it to us, but I don't think it's going to give it. I think it's going to come down, right? We'll have to wait and see. That's a pretty pathetic little trade, but that's what it is. That's the target we found. This guy turning down. Okay. So if we break here, we could actually take a short position. If we get a body open below here, we could take a short position, probably down to here somewhere. Okay. So let's wait and see on that. Turn the candles back here. There's a fair value gap way down here as well. So this would be a target for a short, but it has to break, too much lines on the chart, but it have to break this basically. So the NASDAQ's not going to give us a nice trade. This is our long trade, which is nothing basically. And then this would be our short trade. You kind of don't want to trade short above the VWAP, this blue line, because institutions are thinking about using that blue line for a support level, meaning that's where they're thinking of getting in, right? So they'll bring price down here, get into the market, and then they might do a trade like this from the VWAP to this black line. But if we get a body open below the black line, we could take this little piddly trade here. So that's kind of what I'm saying, guys, is like the trades we're getting are just pathetic. Like, they're just such small moves. Okay. So this guy here is giving us our little trade. Okay. So you could sell in the US 30. Okay. It's going to be a really, really small trade. Okay. Here's the target for it. It's down here. Okay. So like that. Okay. It's going to have problems here. Okay. So I won't put a line there, but right here, it might have a bit of problems. It might wick down to here. So it could go back up from here and then come back down, right? So you just kind of have to make your mind up about that if you want to take that. There, we'll wait and see. This thing here is doing what the US 30 was doing at the start. It just finds its open range and then goes sideways. So remember, US 30 found its open range and then went sideways here. Okay. I'm going to take a quick, if this trade works out, a quick take profit. So my take profit for this trade is around here. Okay. So I'll wait and see if it gives me that take profit. And so normally with these VIP live models, guys, we're not trading with inside the range because normally in a normal market, it'll break the range and then trend, right? It's not doing that. It's doing liquidity sweeps and then just stays within the range, which is crazy. So this guy's in profit, hardly anything, 14 bucks. But I know the market. I know I should just take profit when it gives me profit. So it's at 20 bucks, 38 bucks, 45. There, it took profit. Okay. So it hit my take profit around here. Okay. This is our, we think price is going to come down here because there's a gap in the market right here, a fair value gap. Okay. So, you guys, you just have to kind of take what it gives you. Okay. I got one more trade in my session that I'm going to move to a paper trading account because, the market's just not good. It's just ranging. Okay. So 50,005, $537. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. When I see numbers, it's like blah 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 all over the place. Anyways, um, two 200 bucks, I guess, in profit so far in 20 minutes. That's not bad for this market. It's pretty damn good, but it's still, I don't know, guys. You can tell I'm getting frustrated with this market. It just ranges on us. Okay. This guy here has hit our target. Okay. Get rid of that target. If you're in that trade, just get out of it. Um, This guy here still, it's in a range. We can't really take a trade until we could short below the VWAP, which is not a good trade. We can long above the green line to this line, which is not a good trade. Like they're just really bad little things, right? Little moves. And we have to play it really safe, right? Like we have to wait for an entry model. Like I started talking about a short position up here, right? But we have to wait for a proper entry model. You kind of don't want to just randomly press a sell button if you're above the VWAP and you see prices going sideways. When price goes sideways, when you see these here, let's zoom in here. And sorry for the VIP members that have been around for a long time because you've heard this a billion times. When you see candles like this and they're neutral, they're called a doji candle. So a neutral candle, it means there's retail traders like the me and you people. They're just randomly clicking buy and sell, right? So that's what makes price go sideways like that. And then someone with a lot of money or institution steps in and they click the buy button and send price up, right? And what they're doing is they're taking out the liquidity from these people. These people here that were clicking sell, they're taking the liquidity from them, right? They're taking out the stop losses and stuff. And also on the buy side, they're taking out the liquidity from that, right? Okay. Most of the times before it makes a little move up, it's going to wick down. And that's institutions grabbing orders to make the market go the opposite way. Okay. So that's very, very important to understand that because the institutions what moves the market. Us guys as retail traders trading on 50,000 or $1 million or whatever, it like honestly does nothing to the NASDAQ, like to a big, huge asset, right? Does nothing to it. So it's really the institution traders that move the market. It's not us. We don't do anything, guys. We're just here for the ride, basically, right? And that's why you have to understand how to read price action or you're like screwed. So this guy here, if this was a normal market, I'd be like, let's jump in a buy, right? This is our target. But I can't really say that because I know likely something like this is going to happen where we just go sideways. So let's wait and see. And yeah, this if you want to jump in along, this is your target is the VWAP, this blue line here. Okay. I've got one more trade to do in my firm account, and then I'm going to move to a paper trading account. It's not 10 a.m. yet, so I'm going to save my third trade for a little bit later, but I will call out where price is going to go, guys. So probably to the VWAP here, and then it'll just range sideways, likely. Okay. NASDAQ is struggling. For the people that have been VIP for a long time, you guys watch gold. Okay. I've got gold set up here. So this is the gold chart. And Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Okay, so this is what I'd be watching for if you want to trade gold is, and I'm not a gold trader, guys. So there's actually 3 VIP members that make more profit trading gold than I do. I actually just started trading it like 2 years ago or whatever. So yeah, there's people that know way more about it here than me, but I do like to give setups. So long position. So a body above this, a body above the VWAP. So the VWAP, by the time we get a long position here, the VWAP will probably be at that black line, and then your position would be probably to here, maybe if it gives a long position, right? Okay, so this guy here is at the VWAP. So get out of that trade if you took a long position there. Okay. So if we get a long in gold from here to here would be the target. It has to break above the VWAP. Okay. Okay. So this guy's going for this thing up here now, this green line there. But yeah, it's ranging, guys. Look, it's going inside our open range, just back and forth. So yeah, that'd be my long position. With this wick here, I don't really trust a short position. It came down, grabbed liquidity. That's the just is that the market open? Let me go to the 1 minute chart. This guy here. No, 916. Okay, so that's nothing. That's kind of weird. I don't think there's anything at 916. 830 there was news. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah, grab liquidity. You can see there, grab liquidity. And now we're at this line. So we're going to go sideways here. If we get a body open above the VWAP, above this black line, that's our trade from here to here, right? Okay. And let's go back to the NASDAQ. Okay. NASDAQ is probably going to give us this little piddly trade, but it could wick here and then come back down and make this liquidity sweep. And lately, the NASDAQ's been doing us wrong. It has been doing liquidity sweeps on our entries. So, yeah. Okay. This guy looks like I don't know what's going to happen here. Volume could come in and we could go up to here, or you got to watch the candle wicks. It could turn over and come back down. So here we go. The NASDAQ going up. And yeah, if it touches here and then goes sideways, we could actually take out on the 15-minute this stuff back here. It could take this out. So that might be a trade, is if we see price forming above this black line. But I have a feeling it's not going to give us an entry. It's just going to wick to here. Which, you can take that trade, right? Oh, it did. It almost gave us an entry. Okay. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, is there a point to take that, right? Like, it is something. Carl got in and out 150. Nice, buddy. There you go. That's 5 seconds. Are you in a funded account? Because if it's 5 seconds, only half of that counts, right? With the firms. Here, sorry guys, I got to fix these cords under my chair. It's ridiculous. I got like all these cords under my chair. Sorry, my power bar broke a couple days ago, so I've got all these extension cords running to all my stuff, my screens and stuff. You FOMO'd in? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. Oh, FTMO. I thought it said FOMO. Yeah, man, I wish I had an FTMO account. Yeah, they're nice. It's just they're too expensive, so I can't really recommend them. But they're the best firm by far, guys. Like they're freaking amazing. They've been around for like what is it, 12, 13 years or something like that. Everyone loves them. I have friends that trade for them like at a trading desk. They actually give them uh apartment and stuff like that. Like they're freaking amazing. 200K live and 8% Down, like, you mean the drawdown is 8% of your account is what you can do? What do you mean by that? But I know they're really, really good. Oh, no, I'm down. You're down in the account 8%. Oh, okay. Was that from the last 2 days? Because 'Cause it's been really bad trading the last 2 days. Even this, like, look at this, guys. It's the price action, like, I know I keep on saying this, but it's freaking garbage this week. I was so excited about this. Red folder news. I was like, "Yes, 8:30 before our session. We're gonna get some good trades." Like, we have got 2 trades, but they're just not fun trades, right? Like, little pathetic moves, kind of, US 30, this is a liquidity sweep, and then it just goes sideways within our open range. Like, think of this. This is 2 minutes of price action, and then for the last 30 minutes, it's just stayed in that 2 minutes of price action. So that's what I'm saying, it's just like, ugh, okay. So this here, we're coming up. We're probably going to touch this, guys. I'm really not interested in the Nasdaq until it takes this out and we get a body open above this black line. If we get a body open above, oh, look at that. If we get a body open above this black line, then we could probably take a long trade to the targets up here on the 15-minute chart. So way back here, okay, see these wicks, okay? If we get a body open there, the odds are it's going to take this out. Okay. It's going to want to go from here to here and take out this liquidity. Okay. So that's kind of the trade that I would want for the NASDAQ. I don't know. US 30 is just kind of saying, just give up on me. I'm not worth it. That's what it's saying. Kind of like, look at it. It's ridiculous. Just going sideways. This is nice. This is bullish. Look at the 15-minute candles, right? Nice flat bottom. Hintakiyashi. Right? I know I'm saying it every time I say it now, I'm like, "Oh, I say it wrong. People are gonna make fun of me." And Takahashi. We'll go back here. I probably should say it proper, then we don't have people saying, "Hey, you're saying it wrong." Okay, so it didn't even really touch that line, but it came really, really close to it. But yeah, like this is, when you go through this, this is the NASDAQ model for the open 9:30, 9:45, right? Find our range. Like this model here, this would have been your entry in it is like this candle here, but you can tell by the wicks it's telling you not to take the trade, right? But you know what I think to before 2026, so like the 10 years of trading before 2026, this trade here, the body open above the green line, the win rate on it was like 90 something percent, guys. It's insane. And then 2026 comes along and the majority of these trades which I teach in here, this lesson, it's a liquidity sweep, meaning it just takes out liquidity from a previous high in the market and then just turns around on us or turns down and then goes sideways like this. Like it'll range here for a bit and then go up. So it makes it really freaking frustrating when you've been doing a model for like 10 years and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this doesn't work anymore. It's just really weird. It's like they know what I've taught in the course. There's like 100 people here, so they're not even going to think about that. But you know what I'm saying, right? It's like it's just very, very strange. And then this stuff just going sideways on us. Yeah, very frustrating trading lately. So there's nothing we can do here. You don't want to short this, even though it might come down and give us this trade. But just I would say below the VWAP, we want to even be thinking about shorts is just below this VWAP here, which is it's far away from the VWAP, right? And it's the 15-minute chart. This is bullish. You don't want to be trading against this chart. So, yeah, this could be some sort of top and then it comes all the way back down here, but you have to wait for this chart to line up to tell you to take a short. Yeah. All that's in the course, guys. You got to go through the course. I know it's hard to get through the course because most of the people that joined VIP, they already know how to like they already have studied trading, they have a trading model and stuff. Um So it's kind of hard to go through a course and then learn like, really basic things like what are market stages and all that kind of stuff. and you tend to skip lessons. And I can see what people do, right? What they've completed or not. But yeah, I just recommend just go through it, and the easy stuff, it'll like kind of re-jog your memory. Um, and then I'm sure you'll learn some things if you go through the course there. But yeah, it's telling us not to trade this guy here. It's right now it looks like it could short, but we'll see. Yeah, we need like that's why I was so excited about this. Like what Carl's saying is like we need some like economical, like just like some kind of disaster. Well, it sounds bad to say this, but like some disaster to happen or like something just to happen. I was so excited about this. Red folder news. I thought it was going to move the market. And I looked at the 8:30 15-minute candle. It was something, but it didn't take out any major liquidity. So I was like, oh no, not again. Another day of me sitting here sounding like I'm complaining. But we've got the earnings coming out tonight from Nvidia, and that definitely moves the market. Um, so tomorrow, I would think would be good. Not like this on normal day or good day. What do you expect? Do you trade multiple prop firm accounts? No, I trade one firm account at a time. Um, if you watch some of the recordings from last week, the VIP lives, I had an issue. I trade for Tradeify, and I had an issue with them, which I broke their trading rule. I was trading on an account in my wife's name, and so you can't do that. You can't trade on another person's account. So I was doing that, and they asked me about it. Like they asked me about my accounts because I did a withdrawal from my account, and then I went into my wife's account without using a VPN. And they messaged me and they said, "What's going on here?" And then I didn't lie to them. I said, "Oh, that's my wife's account. This is my account. I traded on my wife's account." And they were like, "Okay." And then they reset everything to test phases. So, which is fine. I broke their trading rules, but yeah, I'm right now. I'm going through a test phase. So the 50K account, and I've only done $500 on it in the last couple days, which is not that great. But this is like what we're getting. We're just getting little piddly moves. And yeah, so I'll trade on one account. I'll do 3 trades in a session, and then I'll log out, uh, and I'll paper trade for the remaining because I just want that to be part of the risk management for the VIP members as they do so they're not over trading, right? Over trading is probably one of the worst things you can do because you start making decisions which, are like you're not managing the risk, right? You have a losing trade. Like say for instance, trade 1, trade 2 is a profit, and then you have a loss in trade 3, and then say you're up $300, and then boom, you're down to I don't know, maybe you are at $100 of profit, and you're like, oh, I got to make it back. I got to make it back, and then you just start over trading, and then when you're over trading, you're not thinking about what's happening with the candle structure and stuff. And that's when you make big mistakes. So we kind of have a rule. Some people use it, some people don't. But 3 trades per session. And no matter what happens, you stop trading. And for me, that's what I've noticed when I look through my journal and stuff. I jot down every trade. I spend about an hour journaling after my session. And I've just noticed that if I do 3 trades, my results the end of the month are actually better. 3 trades per session because normally the fourth or the fifth trade is I'll actually have a loss then, and yeah, things never go good for me if you know I do more than 3 trades per session, which I trade New York session, and then also I'll trade well not tonight, but most days I'll trade Tokyo session as well. So I might do 5 trades over the 24 hours or whatever, which is a lot, right, for scalp trading. Okay, so nothing here. These candles are just too small, guys, right? Like it's just crawling. How's that gold doing? Yep. So you can look at this, right? Came up there, didn't give us our entry. Our entry was above this black line, above the VWAP. Candle body opens, and then boom goes up. So this is basically, um, this is some sort of strong range here. It is making higher highs, but these higher highs are liquidity sweeps of the previous high. See this? If I was to put a line here, it's higher than this one, right? This one is from that. So it's doing liquidity sweeps coming up, which is not good for for you to trade in a long position, right? This here just feels like some sort of like bottom for me, right? This huge wick. It feels like something. It feels like the price wants to turn around. So that's kind of what I was waiting for is it to turn around. Then we actually, have a huge target from here to here in gold. When gold decides to move, it freaking moves. Like it'll, you know, within the hour get all the way up here and take out this entire range if it wants to. But it has to break a key level. This is definitely a key level here. So I'd watch for that. That could be something you guys can watch after the session. I don't think we're going to get it during the session. We have another 20 minutes. I don't think it'll come up here and take this out. But that's what I'd be watching here. I have a soccer game tonight, so I don't think I'll be able to take this trade because we pretty much have to leave almost when we're done the session here. But it's pretty far away. It's like 3 hour drive. But that's what I'd be watching for. Is I'd add that to my gold chart. I'd go back here. This is where all the liquidity sits, right? So they would want to take price likely around this area or even right into this box. Also, the Tokyo high is right there. So, guys, they could take price all the way up here if price starts trading right here above the VWAP and stuff. Okay, so that would be an amazing trade. The short side, I don't think it's a good idea. Look at how many times it stopped around this area, right? Look at that wick. That's a 1 minute candle, but still, it's a big wick. And that was, the 919 candle or whatever, which there's no news or anything there. So it's kind of weird. But, anyways, let's go back to the NASDAQ. Oops. See what it's doing. I'd like to get one more trade here just so I get 3 in my account. But, yeah, if it doesn't give me a trade, guys, I'm not gonna not gonna just be like, hey, look, okay, let's just try this. Yeah, so I'm waiting for this body open below here, take a short. Um, who knows though? It might just touch the VWAP and go back up. So that's something else we could look for is a bounce off this blue line, which is the VWAP, right? Institutions love to use the VWAP as a point of support. Like I already said that today. Okay, this guy here, like US 30, like what's it been doing lately? It just goes like this. And then after our session, it actually breaks out. So we know our target's way up here now, right? With that guy. So we kind of just have to wait around for that. Oh, sorry. I know what you're saying now. Are you saying do you trade on multiple firm accounts at the same time? Meaning, do I copy trade? No, I don't. I feel I'm not good enough to do that. I don't think I could handle trading on like I know in Tradeify what we use, you can trade on 5 accounts at the same time. Like you just hook it up through your Tradeovate and you actually, you know, trade through Tradeovate, clicking buy and sell and stuff. Yeah, I'm okay with making $200 a day. Um, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, look at I have a Lamborghini and stuff like that." I'm not like I'm almost 50. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I did when I was younger. I had a Ferrari when I was younger, but I don't know. I just kind of I'm about like, my family and doing stuff with my son and stuff like that, right? So I don't need to trade on 5 accounts. I think that's the question Matt actually had. But yeah, you can make a lot of money once you have a model that works. Like you think about it. I made $200 or something, 250 or whatever it was, in 20 minutes of trading. And imagine if I was doing that across 5 accounts, right? That'd be $1,000 in 20 minutes, which would be crazy. But when you have a bad day, that's losing 1,000 across 5 accounts, right? Or sorry, 200 across 5 accounts, right? Okay, so as I was saying before, guys, I don't really trust this stuff. Um, the US 30, right? There's something here. I don't really like to use trend lines, but this might be something to watch for. Okay. Do we get a body open below here? Does it support along that trend line? I'm going to take it off the chart because I don't really like trend lines, but that's kind of what I'd be thinking if I wanted to trade US 30. This guy here is having a problem at our line, which is kind of expected. So I'd really like to see it come down, touch the VWAP like it did back here, and then come back up and start to go sideways. And then we could take a long position. If it just shows signs of going long, like for instance, let's zoom in here and look at this. Sorry, I'm not doing a ton of trades today, guys. It's just like what has the market been telling us lately? You do a ton of trades, you just have a loss, right? Like if you're just taking every single thing. Like I could say, oh, go long here, but I think it's going to touch the VWAP. So what's the point of clicking buy and then the price comes all the way down here, right? So, we'd want to look for neutral candle and then a break of that neutral, right? So these are like this, like it's all neutral and then we get a nice candle, okay? And then it starts to go up. So if that happens and it touches the VWAP, then that's a good trade setup. That could be my third trade. Okay, this guy here, we do have that little trend line that I was talking about, which it looks like it's holding some sort of support there. I'm going to glance at gold again. Gold's moving really slowly. There's liquidity right here. So for gold, maybe I want to watch when it comes to here within this green box. Maybe I'd want to watch price here, see what it does. If it starts to go sideways there and then shows signs it wants to go back up, we could actually take a trade from like, where it starts to show signs, like when it starts to look like this, uh, from around this area here, right? If that happens, who knows? It could come down and maybe it comes down to here. I don't think it's going to take this out, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so this is working out for us. This NASDAQ here, we're waiting for it to touch the VWAP. We want to see what happens at the VWAP. We know this is really, really strong support here, but it might wick down, touch the VWAP or come to this area, and then go back up, go sideways, and then come up, and we can actually take a trade. So it's a waiting game. Okay, so this guy, if we had to put a trend line there, it broke it now. So do we even know where it's going? Probably not. Okay, this has been taken out. You can see there's a gap in the market right here. Um, yeah, if price comes down here, guys, it could actually give a short position. Like after our session, we could get a nice short in US 30, or it could stop here. It stopped right there, back here. So I don't know. We could just wait around and see what happens. There's huge fair value gap right here on the 1 minute. So it might want to go all the way back up there. So let's put a line there, see what happens. So if price, so if we get, I got to go to the Hintaki Ashi candles. Yeah, that, I don't really know if I like that. Anyways, if we get price opening above here, we could take a trade from here to here, possibly. It's after 10 a.m., so the volume has really slowed down now. So that's something else to keep in mind is it might not make it up there if it gives us an entry. This guy here, after 10 a.m., like that's what I'm saying, it could just go sideways on us. Okay. This didn't touch the VWAP, but it did, it is starting to go sideways at our line. We put this line on, if you watch the recording, we put this line on a long time ago, these two lines. Okay. With the understanding this was a liquidity sweep, and then we started to look for positions. So, it's working out. This looks like it's totally failed. It doesn't want to come up. So I think we can get rid of this. And I think US 30 is going to actually give us a good trade, but after our session. If it doesn't just do this down here, like do a liquidity sweep of this. So that'd be something to watch for. This guy here. Hmm. It didn't take out the VWAP, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't really like it, but yeah, it could move up. You know what? Do I want to take it? Like, look at all this back here. That's good. It's super strong support within this area. I just don't like that it didn't come closer to the VWAP. Let's look at our MNQ chart, see where the VWAP is. Yeah, see, it didn't touch the VWAP here either, but came really close to it. What do you think? Hmm. I think I'm going to give it a shot. I think I'm going to give it a shot here. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop my lot size, guys. I'm just going to do a fun trade for this one. Sorry, I've already made my 200 bucks. I'm going in one lot, so the profit's going to be like 10 bucks. But I'm going to take it because it's showing me signs that I think it will work out. And if it doesn't, maybe I lose 20 bucks. Maybe I make 20 bucks. Nope. Now it's going against me. So let's see. It's probably going to touch the VWAP here. It's crazy. As soon as you decide to get in the trade, and then it poof goes against you. Good thing I dropped my lot size. So, with the understanding it could touch the VWAP and then go up, because that's what we've been saying all along is, hey, let's wait to see if it touches the VWAP. This here just got me excited. Like, there's a neutral candle. That's a nice flat bottom. Or I'll zoom in there. Nice flat bottom candle, but it's doing what's been doing to us this whole last week and basically the last 5 weeks is shows signs that it wants to do something and then just goes sideways. So, I might, if it comes back to my entry, I might actually make the call just to get out of the trade. If there's a, see, it's so far away from my entries. If a body opens below here, because it could just wick down there, take that out. Because that's what we've been saying all along is we want it to take out this VWAP, right? There it goes. Okay, so it's touched the VWAP. Okay, now I'd be interested in this trade, but I'd want to wait for it to come up here and a body open above this. But I'm already in the trade because I made that stupid decision. So this is what I was actually waiting for. So I guess today is a lesson in being patient. But yeah, I want to see what happens here at this VWAP, and I know this trade would work out for me if we get a body open above here, which that's like where I bought, guys, was right about there, right? So that kind of sucks. I might just take the hit on this. If we get a body open below the VWAP, I might just take the hit on this and have a loss. And then I'll write in my journal, like, listen, you weren't patient. You just, you had a plan. You didn't even wait for it. Okay. So I'm going to get out of the trade. I'm just going to take the loss on it, which really sucks, which puts me, like what we've been doing lately. It's like $100 a profit, guys. Freaking stupid. Sitting here for an hour to make $100 a profit, in this market. So 50,450. Okay. Good thing I went in with one lot, or that would have been a disaster. And now it's giving us this short position. So I'm going to zoom out. I've taken my 3 trades. If you didn't take your 3 trades, this might be a good trade for you to take, is this here, right? Down to this black line. Okay. Anyways, that's it for me. I did make profit today, but I took my 3 trades and I only made about 150 or so, I think. I don't know. Not that much though. But yeah, it's just that last trade didn't work out. It was showing signs that it did want to go up, and then it didn't work out. Nothing you can do about that. Anyways, it is what it is. So it's clearly, if we look at the 15-minute chart, right? It's starting its downtrend. We'll know with the next 15-minute candle if the downtrend has started. But the downtrend could be down to here. It could be down to here and then stop and go back up. It's just been ranging like crazy. This is the trade. Another trade we've been waiting for this session is a break of this red line. And then it comes down. So I guess I write down today another small profits day. Guys, I was so pumped about today for it to be the volume to come in and then trading, it actually break our range and give us a nice trade, but nothing. Like, look at this. NASDAQ opening range, did a liquidity sweep, trades within the range for the day, our session. This guy here, the session's pretty much over, so I don't know if I can take that trade. But this one here, open range is 2 minutes of price action. For the hour, it just goes sideways in our range. So it's pretty crazy. Okay, so this guy here, it could be a liquidity sweep of this, but I think this is going to give a nice short position there. So let's go back things out. We'll look at it. 15-minute chart, right? Start of the webinar, I started talking about this, that, if we break this range here, we could come down. It could take out all this liquidity here, right? So right here, I'll put a line on here. So this area here, it might stop right there, right? Okay. So yeah, see, now my mind is saying, oh, you only made $100 today, you wimp. Get back in the market. Like, I actually had that thought go through my mind, right? Which then breaks my trading rules. If I want to trade again, I have to trade during a Tokyo session in a firm account, right? Which I can't because I'll be at the soccer tonight. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of this account so I don't take another trade, and I'll just have it as, hey, I made $100 today. That's fine with me. That's okay. So I know some people took this trade because I was talking about it, was actually to short in the NASDAQ there. Here's your target is around this area. You want to watch the wicks on the candles. You want to constantly see, we can put a trend line on here because this is actually like a good setup. You want to see these wicks keep on going lower and lower. Like, see how this is going lower and lower? Okay, it's almost at your take profit, but that's what I'm saying. You just want to see them continuing to go lower and lower. Once you see the wicks starting to go sideways, right? That's when it's telling you to get the hell out of the trade. Okay. It's almost at your take profit. Your take profit's this area. Okay. I wish this had been my third trade. I wish I had been patient and waited to see what happened at the VWAP. But that's what I get. There you go. It hit your take profit. So get out of that trade. Guys, it could come all the way down to the red line, but this is a really nice profit. I think we got in here or something. So that's a nice little profit there. You're scalp trading. So you're using a big lot size and you're taking a quick profit. Okay. So I did one trade profit, two trades profit, third trade was a loss. Today I called uh two more trades and there were a profit. So we did five trades, some people, because this is a trade here. And then I called one other trade. I think it was in US 30, which I didn't take. And this trade here I didn't take. And they're both profits. So I called five trades in the hour, which is not that bad. That's okay. It's a little bit under, like, normally it's around six trades or something is the average. But this whole week, it's been not too many. Like, Sunday was four trades in 30 minutes, which is a lot. Monday was five trades, which that was the one where the call I made at the end of the session made a crazy profit. But the three trades during that session, it actually was a loss that day. But then I made a trade call at the end that brought in, for my account, $580, which was good on one trade. And then yesterday was a horrible day. We did three trades, and trade number 2 and 3 was a loss. And this condition here today reminds me of yesterday. Just really hard to trade in. Liquidity sweeps, trades in the range the whole time. This guy here hit our target, guys. So sorry, missed it. Get out of that trade if you took it. Go to the 1 minute chart. Too much blah, blah, blah. There you go. So you can see here at the target, it's probably going to go sideways. But yeah, it could wick down. But if you look to the left, there's a lot of sideways action at that area back here on the fifth, this chart. So you can see there I know I spotted this line on the 15-minute chart, but the 15-minute, I was just looking at the candle bodies, and you can see this is a lot of support here. So it's probably going to go back up from here. And then it could break down and take this stuff out, right? So thinking like that. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. We only have 2 minutes left. I don't really want to call trade in 2 minutes here, but that's a nice. So I guess that's our sixth trade. So there you go. Yeah, six trades. That's good. I only took three though, but yeah. Okay. Um, I'm really interested in gold. Like, man. Okay, gold's at our point of interest. Okay, remember we put this box here? Look at all these wicks going sideways. So let's see. Does it break into the box and we get a body open in here? It's probably going to take out this liquidity. And then if it takes out that liquidity, it might go back up. So this is what I would do if I was you. I would put alert, add alert right here, and then leave it. And then just if your phone goes off, look at the chart again. Okay. Because I think that trade there, if price can get up here, guys, and hold support, I think it's going to go all the way up here. Like I think we're going to be in this box here. If it goes up and doesn't, like if it breaks this, it could come down actually, right? So we'll see. But I'd put an alert there because that would be a great trade there. I don't really trust this, but yeah, it looks like it wants to come down a little bit more. But if you look on the 15-minute, it's we have all these wicks right here, a lot of sideways action through here. So definitely it's going to stop within this area. But yeah, if you took this trade, pretty much from here to here, that was a really good trade. Okay, so we'll get rid of that line. We don't really need it. And yeah, that's I'll leave you guys with this gold trade. That's what I'd be looking at. Price breaks above here, and then we get in there and probably it's going to go all the way up to here. Because just look at all this sideways. It just went sideways for here through here for so long, right? Okay. Um yeah, this is some sort of support here. The Nasdaq. Okay, the Nasdaq, that target was pretty much perfect. Stopped there and then it had a little bit of a, hey, let's go back up and see what happens. But yeah, I think the Nasdaq, we're either going to go up from here or it's going to try and take this stuff out. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So yeah, just totally neutral. Like look at the sideways action, right? You can't really count this stuff because this is the market open, right? Like that's our opening range. But this is where all the price action is overnight. So it's just another sideways day. Even back here, look at that, right? So yeah, I don't think the Nasdaq's something you'd want to look at for today. I'm just kind of excited about that Nvidia earnings. Today, every trade went to target. Yeah, yeah, everything worked out. Like, the lines on the chart did something. Like everything went to where I was saying it would go to. It's guys, it's extremely hard and frustrating when it just does this. It goes sideways on you. And even like other sessions, it's going sideways. So this is the Tokyo session, which it trended down, and then London session, it just went sideways. And then New York did the range and then went sideways, right? US 30, it came down. That's good. But you remember at the start of the open, we were thinking that it was going to go up. So it actually, US 30 went down. It kind of did the opposite of what we were thinking. But still, we caught some trades there along the way. And, it's just like, look at these, wicks, eh? Like the candles. Just boom, boom, back and forth for our session. And then it picked a direction here. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, we're done the session here. We're 3 minutes over, and this is what I'd be looking at, right? What does gold do in this area here? Do we start to turn back up? You could get early entries if it shows signs of starting to go back up here, right? You can find that on the 1 minute chart, even on the 5 minute chart. Like, look, it feels like it doesn't really want to come down, but it might do something like that with the Hintakeyashi candles. So I'd watch for that, and you could even trade within here. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. It was a profitable day. I know the people that took every single trade, you probably had like pretty damn good profits today. But yeah, I just that last trade kind of bit me in the ass, and then I was doing pretty good, but the last trade got me there. The third trade there. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely not going to be able to post like trade setups for the Tokyo session tonight, just because I'll be at soccer, and I haven't been posting them the last 2 days, guys, just because the market, like I showed you London, right? The market's been really bad. Tokyo last night I was gonna post, but it was just too early. It broke the range really early. I think like 7 something, it broke the range. And normally it breaks the range after 8, because that's when the actual Tokyo market opens, is at 8 p.m. EST. Okay, so this is doing what we're talking about here. It's might do something like this, right? So we could look at that and take a long position there. Your targets would be basically, this would be your target, is like you just put a little box through here. You can see there's a bunch of volume through here. So a little trade like that, but it might go sideways here for a bit. So we have to wait and see on that. Anyways, the session's done. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys did good today there. And yeah, I'll see you guys.